What's up, everybody? It's Riley here from Pickle Madness, and today we're talking about Gearbox's newest paddle. This is the Gearbox Pro Ultimate Hyper Pickleball paddle. This is Gearbox's latest and greatest, and honestly, I think it's probably their best paddle yet. It's perfect for players who want a power paddle without going overboard. Plus, it's super forgiving and has a massive sweet spot. Yep, you heard right, Gearbox finally made a paddle with a sweet spot you can't miss. So let's break it down. All right, first up, let's talk about power. So this paddle packs a punch. The carbon fiber SST core and the unique layout will give you a ton of power on drives, but it's not uncontrollable like some other paddles out there. You can really rip it, but still keep it in the court. Now there is a break-in period, but it's not as stark as other paddles with their break-in periods. It seems to be a smoother transition, so while it does get more powerful, you won't notice the changes as much, and therefore it makes it easier to adjust to the break-in. All right, now let's talk control. Now, even though this is a power paddle, it has much better control than a paddle like the Pro Power Elongated. It actually feels like a controllable Pro Ultimate, which, given that it's part of the Ultimate series, that makes sense. I think maybe the best way to describe it would be kind of a controlled power. You can determine the placement of your shots with less effort than most power paddles. Now, for dinking, this paddle feels amazing. Minimal effort is required to get the ball over the net, so you can focus a lot more on strategy. A big part of that is the new and improved sweet spot. The sweet spot honestly feels huge. Even off-center hits feel pretty solid. This is the most forgiving Gearbox paddle that I've ever played with. Now, if you've ever played with the Pro Power Elongated, you know that there's a sweet spot where most of the foam's in the middle, but if you hit anywhere other than that foam, the ball would basically die. Now, that is not the case with this Hyper. The sweet spot is a lot more balanced and controlled, so you won't be popping up as many drops or dinks. All right, next up, we're gonna talk about pop. Now, the Hyper has a nice, satisfying pop, especially for a 16mm paddle. It's not the poppiest paddle on the market, but I think that's a good thing because it gives you more control on those faster exchanges at the kitchen. Its standard shape will also give you an advantage in hands battles because it's lower swing weight. All right, next up, we're gonna talk about spin. Spin is another area where this paddle really shines. The rough surface and carbon layers work together to generate a ton of spin. You can really put some serious action on the ball. Something to keep in mind, especially when you're trying to do a lot of spin, is that these Gearbox paddles typically have a shorter dwell time. So you will need to ensure that you have plenty of motion to get that top spin going. The Gearbox Pro Ultimate Hyper retails for $275, which you can pick it up at picklemadness.com using the link in the description. So who is this paddle for? I'd say it's a great option for a wide range of players. If you're a player who wants a fairly powerful paddle with solid control and a huge sweet spot, this is your weapon. It is not the most powerful paddle on the market, but it has more than enough for probably 99% of players. Also, for people who like thinner handles, Gearbox is always a good choice because the handles come with a 4-inch circumference. If you like thicker handles, you can always wrap the grip and make it thicker to your liking. And that's it for this review. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and do not forget, like and subscribe for more pickleball content. I will see you guys next time.